Hello, this is Akua Hinds, and you are watching Akua Hinds Online. Thank you so much for watching. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about working in a call center. Now, I used to work in call centers when I was going to college. And after I finished college, I worked in a call center, another call center, a different one than the one that I had been in college with. I worked in a different call center for a couple of years after that. I have not worked in a call center for quite a number of years now. The year is now 2014, and the date is March 3rd. And I haven't worked in a call center in a really long time, but I still remember what it's like to work in a call center. And I've recently been talking with some people who currently work in call centers, and just I can relate to the frustration that some people feel from working in an environment where your every move is being monitored and you have to account for every single thing you do, every single second of talk time, adherence, how long you spend, and how long you take going to the washroom. These are all realities of call center life. I remember when a former coworker of mine who I worked in a call center with, when the two of us were having a conversation during one of our breaks at work. This was years ago. And she was saying to me, Akua, this call center work at the company that we were working at, she said, this is not a come retire with us job, or come and work here, retire with us, and build up a healthy savings type of thing. This is a job for students, and this is a job for retired people who maybe want a little extra cash. And, I have to say, that really got me thinking. Both of us were frustrated with the fact that we didn't feel that we were having the type of freedom that we wanted in our work. And just as well, the constant monitoring and the micromanaging, some people are fine with that, but not everybody thrives under that. I know that the economy right now is in a state where a lot of people are searching for work, and they turn to call center work maybe as a first resort, maybe as a last resort, but there are a lot of call center jobs available. Now, I don't know if I'll ever work in a call center again. I'm, I don't think that will be the case. We never know what the future holds, however. But I just want to make you aware, if you're considering working for a call center at any time in the present or in the near or distant future, you do need to be aware of the fact that you're going to get a lot of calls, just one right after the other. You're going to have to respond to those calls and try to be courteous and polite. And I hate to say it, but a lot of times when people are calling call centers, they're not calling because they want to spread some cheery, fabulous, good news. They're calling because there's something wrong with a product or service that they bought. They're frustrated with the company. Sometimes they're calling because they want to make general inquiries, or sometimes it is a really pleasant experience, but oftentimes they're calling because they're not too happy. So you as a call center employee have to really mentally prepare yourself each day and each second to be cheery, positive, try not to lose your cool, and just try to do your best to help the customer, because your customer might be recording that conversation, but rest assured, whether your customer is recording that conversation or not, your supervisor and the company you work for, they are going to be recording that conversation. Some call center companies record every single call, and some of them randomly choose calls to monitor, and they also share their feedback with you about where they thought you did well on the call, where you could improve, and etc. etc. Um, would I suggest or recommend that somebody decide to give call center work a try? That really depends on you. That depends on what your goals are. I found it personally to be an environment where it reminded me a lot of the public school system. And anybody who has read my articles and seen my videos knows that I'm not a particular fan or believer in the public school system. I think there are other ways to gain an education and to gain knowledge. And I feel the same way with call center work, where I feel there are other ways to service a customer and to provide a service. Some call centers are actually offering opportunities for people to work from home, which is great. You know, you'll be able to be in a non heavily monitored setting. The call center company would provide the computer and the headset and all that, but it would be in your own environment, and you don't have to worry about rushing to get to work on time and swiping in and all that. So that's an option to consider too. So I just want to warn you though that if you are thinking about working for a call center, not to get too comfortable, not to get too comfortable with the environment if it makes you uncomfortable. You'd be surprised by how many people actually stay in an environment where they're not comfortable there, but they stay there anyways because that's what they've known for so long. And of course, that can apply to relationships, that can apply to a workplace. I found that in the call centers that I worked at, there were a lot of people who complained about the job, but they weren't really doing anything about it. They felt comfortable complaining day in and day out. Don't let that person be you. If you're really actively serious about getting out of a call center job, then get out quickly and quietly. Don't voice your complaints for everybody to hear around you. Well, that's what I have to say about working in a call center. And I have written an article actually. I've written a couple on helium.com and just about the realities of call center work. And what I'll try to do is I'll try to tweet those out on Twitter. Some of them are from a few years ago, but they're still relevant today. And I want to invite you to visit my website, www.akuahinds.com. Post some more info there, and you can read more about the services that I offer through music teaching to children and adults, online dating services, journalism, and through my independent passion parties business and acting services too. So thank you so much. And if you are working in a call center, just try to do your best not to take the stress home with you. And working in call centers can be stressful. It's not all a walk in the park where you're just sitting down all day and just taking calls and all that. There is a lot that goes on behind the scenes, but just try to take it in stride. And if you're really serious about finding something else, just do your best to find something else, but be quiet about it. Don't let your coworkers know. Don't let your employer know until you've actually secured something else that you're going to move on to. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to chatting with you next time. Bye for now.